Before you start reaching out and trying to find web design clients, you need to know exactly what you need to do once you get your first web design client. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the exact steps and process that you need to take once you get your first web design client. This is Elliot with PandaDocs, and let's get straight into it. This is the second episode in the series of how to start a web design business using WordPress. In the first episode, we set up your website for your web design business. So if you haven't checked out that episode, go and check out that one first. And like I said, in today's video, we're going to be looking at what you actually need to do once you get your first web design client. Now, it might look a little bit backwards thinking, well, why would I need to go through this episode before when I don't even have any clients yet? Well, like I said, you want to be prepared before you actually get any clients, so you know exactly what you need to do and you aren't sort of thrown into the deep end when you get your first web design client. So it doesn't really matter how you get your first web design client, whether it's through cold email outreach, whether it's through advertising, whether it's someone recommending your service, or through social media, whatever it is, if you follow this process, it's going to make things a lot easier once you get your first web design client. And the first thing that you're going to have to do when you have any web design client is set up a meeting with them so you can go and discuss the web design project and get things going. So it doesn't really matter how you do this. You can go and use Zoom, you can go and use Skype or Google Hangouts or any other type of tool that allows you to go and chat with the potential client online. Now, I personally use Zoom, and the website that I have set up for PandaDocs.com, which is my web design agency, it allows people to just go and book a Zoom call directly with me. So it generates that Zoom call using the Amelia plugin. And like I said, we set up that website in the last episode. So you can actually just go and do that for your own web design business. And it makes things a lot easier because when a client contacts you through your site and they book a consultation with you, it just means they get the Zoom call automatically sent to them. So it just makes things a lot more seamless. Now, once you get on the Zoom call with them, there are going to be a few things that you need to discuss. So firstly, you can just start off by talking about what their actual current business is and how are they operating it, and what do they actually want to get out of having a website, and do they already have a website as well is another really important thing, because is it going to be a web design from scratch project, or are you going to be redesigning their current website? And it really depends on what type of business that they're running. Is it an e-commerce business, or is it a service-based business? So for example, if they're a barber, maybe they want to set up a booking website, or maybe if they're a lawyer, maybe they want to go and display their different consulting services and their pricing and things like that. So talk to them about their business model and what they actually want to get out of their website, and they might not even know themselves what they want to get out of their website. But the main thing that it's going to boil down to is to either get more sales or to get more leads. Of course, if it's an e-commerce based website, then it's going to be more sales, and if it's a service based business, then it's going to be more leads. Or it might just be something that makes their business more convenient for them. Like I said, if they're a barber, having a booking website is just going to make things more convenient for them, where they don't have to constantly be picking up the phone to people, ring them up and making appointments. They just make it on the website, and that's going to save them money in the long term, because they don't have to spend as much time talking to customers on the phone. So like I said, try and nail it down to what the final purpose of their website is going to be, and that way it's going to make things a lot easier when you start going and breaking down the project into smaller chunks. So next up, you want to talk about the specific features that they want to have on their website. So once again, if it's an e-commerce website, then it's going to have the e-commerce functionality. So you want them to have a cart, you want them to have a checkout, do they want to have a wish list, any extra features that they want to have. So you can go and think about some websites that you've already built and the functionality that you've added to those websites, and that is what you're going to go and discuss with the potential client on this Zoom call. So once again, they might want you to add a booking system to their website, they might want you to create a learner management system, they might want you to create a membership area. So there are loads of different features and functionality that you can go and add to a website. So like I said, you're going to want to go and discuss this with your potential client. You're also going to want to discuss any competitor sites and any sites that they've seen that they want you to use as inspiration. So depending on what niche they're in, go and have a look at some sites. If they don't know off the top of their head, go and ask them, can you go and find some competitor sites that you like, and you can send them to us and we can go and create a site based off of this. Or you can even say to them, we can do some research on competitor sites if you want to, and we can go and create a site based off of what your competitors are doing and what you like. It makes it a lot easier for you to go and complete a web design project when you have some other sites as inspiration inspiration, because then you can just use those as building blocks to complete the project for your client. So once you have discussed all of this, hopefully you have convinced them to use your web design services. They might ask you to go and show you to them some previous work that you've done. So it always helps to go and have some of your previous sites up and ready and running before the Zoom call, so you can just go and share your screen straight away and go and say, these are some previous projects that we have worked on that are similar to your project. So that way you're definitely going to convince them to use your web design services. So once you have gone through all of that and you've made your notes on all of it, you're going to obviously want to discuss the milestones, because they're going to want to know how long it's going to take. So this really depends on your own skill set and how long it takes you to create a site. So you obviously know this better than what I would know, but I always try and get a website completed within 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how big or small the project is. If it's a really big project, obviously it could take many months, but usually the sites I work on take around 4 to 6 weeks. So you can go and break some rough milestones down with them to go and say, you know, we'll complete this part of the project by week 1, we'll complete this part of the project by week 2. So I will be showing you a web design proposal where you can go and break this down. So once you have completed the Zoom call, you can go and put all of the information together in a web design proposal that you will go and send over to them. And I have created a completely free template for this web design proposal that you can go and use. So I will be showing you how you can go and use this in a moment. Finally, you're going to want to, of course, discuss the pricing options. Now, once again, this is totally down to you. I will make a separate video on discussing the pricing options, but personally for my web design business with PandaDocs, I always charge most of the time a flat fee no matter what the site is. So I usually charge a flat fee of $1,300. So sometimes a site might be quicker or easier for me to create, and sometimes it might take a little bit longer, so it kind of evens itself out. But like I said, I prefer to just charge a flat fee, but I will go and create a whole other video on how to price these. But if you're just starting out, it usually is easier to just go and charge a flat fee, because it makes things more simple, and you can just go and say to your potential client, this is the fee, you pay 50% up front and you pay 50% upon completion. So go and think about what you would be willing to be charged for your web design services, and how much you need to live off, how many clients that you need to make to actually be making a decent living, and that way you can go and decide how much you want to charge for your sites. And that's going to be the final thing that you discuss with your client on this call. And of course, providing that they agree, then once they agree, the next thing that you need to do is go and put this all together in a web design proposal, and then go and send it out to them and get that first 50% upfront payment for the project. So once you have completed this Zoom call with your client and you have convinced them to use your web design services, and you've discussed all of the different functionality that they want, the type of website they want, any competitor sites that they like, the milestones and the price, you want to put this together in a web design proposal, and you want this to get sent out to them. Now, I recommend using an app called PandaDocs, so we'll leave a link in the description. And the really great thing about PandaDocs is it's completely free. So what you can actually do with PandaDocs, you can go and create a document, and then you can go and send it out through email to be signed, and also you can go and receive payments using PandaDocs using Stripe or PayPal. So that's a really great thing about this, is completely free as well. So it's really amazing tool. So like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to PandaDocs, and you can just go and create your free account over here. So all you need to do is just go and enter in your email and pick a password, and then you can go and create your free PandaDocs account. So I'm just going to go and log in. So once you create your free PandaDocs account, you will be brought over to your PandaDocs dashboard, and from here you firstly want to go and set up your payments before you go and create the web design proposal. So that way you can just go and add the payments straight to the proposal. So all you need to do is just go to settings over here, and then once you're in settings, you go to API and integrations, and then if you scroll down, you will see Stripe and you will see PayPal. So all you need to do is just go and follow through the setup process. It's really simple. So firstly, if you don't have a Stripe account, go and create a Stripe account. It's very simple. Just head to stripe.com, enter in a few details. You will have to go and verify your ID so that they can verify you're a real human being. And that's the same thing for PayPal. Just go to PayPal Business and set up a PayPal Business account. And then all you need to do is just go and connect them to PandaDocs. So we just go and click on here. You will see over here that we've got the help topics. So they will go and show you how you can go and set up Stripe and PayPal. But like I said, it's really simple to go and connect these to your Stripe and PayPal accounts. So once you have gone and set those up, now you're going to want to go and create your web design proposal. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode in this series of how to set up a web design business from scratch using WordPress, and make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. So I will leave a link in the description to this web design proposal template that I use for my web design projects. And as you can see, it's really simple. So I'll leave a link in the description. This is just a PDF document. I've got it open with Adobe Acrobat, where you can just go and edit the whole document. So it's really easy to go and edit. So over here we just have web design proposal, prepared by, so you can put the name of yourself, and prepared for, who's going to be your client. If you come down here, we have an introduction. So we've just got the client's name, and then we just go and talk about why they're using our service or our agency. So over here, what you can do is where it says our agency, you can just literally go and replace this with your agency name. The rest is basically set up, and I've just written this so that you don't actually have to go and do much work. Then you just put your name and your agency name over here. Now this bit over here where it says your website, this is where you need to be a little bit more specific with the web design proposal. So this is where you are going to go and put all of the stuff that you discussed on the Zoom call with them. So all of the functionality and all of the key things that they want for their website. So you can say over here how many pages that you went and discussed, what pages you're going to create, and about us, a contact us, some legal pages. Do they want a booking page? How many e-commerce products are you going to upload for them? So any specific things that you're going to create for their web design project. And then over here, you can go and add some extra key features. So over here, you can see I've just put in an example. Customers can book consultation calls, fully mobile optimized, local SEO listings. So any other extra services that you're going to include as part of the web design project, you can go and add in here. Now over here, I've just put in a basic line just saying we're going to use WordPress. Now some people, they want you to maybe use Wix, or they want you to use Shopify or Squarespace. So if you're familiar with using those platforms, then you can obviously go and do that. Or if you only know how to use WordPress, then you can just go and turn the project away. So you can see over here, we've just said our team is proficient with all of the major CMSs, but based on your needs, we are going to go and choose WordPress, because personally I think WordPress is the best platform to go and build different types of websites. Now over here, what you can go and do is you can go and ask them to go and purchase the hosting within the web design proposal. So I've just said add your link to Hostinger, so you can go and sign up to the Hostinger affiliate program, and you can go and add an affiliate link to the hosting. And that way, basically what happens is the customer goes and purchases the hosting, you get some affiliate commissions, and they obviously get their hosting, they share the hosting account with you, and that's where you go and create the site for them. So you go and install WordPress. So personally, I think it's a lot easier when the client purchases the hosting, because that way when it needs to be renewed the year after, it's totally down to them. They have their payment on the system, and basically once you create the site, you just hand it over to them and it's their site. Whereas if you're handling the hosting for them, then you need to remind them and they need to pay every year, and it can just be a little bit annoying. So like I said, you can just go and add your affiliate link to whichever hosting provider that you prefer to use for your web design agency. Like I said, I prefer to use Hostinger because I think they're really affordable and they have really great customer service, but it's totally up to you. So if we scroll down over here, then you can just go and talk about the development process. Once again, you don't really need to change this. So the initial planning on a one-to-one call, you would have already done that. Then you've got the copy, the graphics, and the keyword research. So they might have some ideas in mind of the type of copy that they want on their site, the type of graphics that they want you to use. Then you've got development, where you actually build the site, testing the site to make sure everything that works, and then deployment and training. So that basically just means putting the site live and showing the client how to actually use everything, all of the back-end functionality and things like that. So you might maybe not be used to this part where you actually have to train someone with how to use WordPress, but you're basically just teaching them the basics. So if you've built them an e-commerce website, you just want to show them how can they find their orders, how can they fulfill the orders, and how can they go maybe change some things on the site. So if you're using Elementor, maybe you want to just go and show them how they can go and change text and simple things like that. You're not giving them a full comprehensive training of how to use WordPress, just the basics so they know how to navigate through their site. So next up we have the development process. Once again, you don't really need to change this on the proposal. So this is just some generic stuff about how the agency actually goes through the development process. Now over here you can go and say once the 25% payment is made, so what you can go and do is we can go and change this to 50%. I recommend taking 50% upfront. Sometimes I take 75% upfront depending on what the price is, but like I said, I recommend take 50% payment upfront and take 50% payment upon completion. Then you have your project timeline. So like I said, you've discussed these milestones already with your client on the Zoom call. So you're just going to go and put in some prospective dates in here. They don't have to be 100% guarantee. If you don't meet them, just always be transparent with your client. Or maybe if you're a bit early, then that's even better, because you've got some more time to go and work on some other things. But just have a rough estimate of dates of how long everything is going to take. Of course, try and stick to them because you want to keep your clients happy. But like I said, it's always good to just have some rough estimated dates in here. Then finally, we've got the pricing. So like I said, because you're taking 50% payment up front and 50% payment upon completion of the project, you can just go and say the website design is going to be this much, how much paid up front, how much paid upon completion, and the total fee. And then finally, down the bottom, we have the project terms. So where it says client name, you can just go and change that to your own client name, and where it says our agency, just go and change that to the name of your agency. And basically, this is just to say that the intellectual property is going to be the client's. So once we complete the site, it's totally their site, because sometimes people get a little bit funny about that. So once you have gone and created your project web design proposal using this template, you are now ready to go and add this to PandaDocs to then go and send out to your client. So all you need to do from your PandaDocs dashboard, where it says select files, just click on select the file, then go and navigate to your web design proposal. So we're just going to go and choose this one over here, and then just going to go and upload the document. So just give it a few moments. Then it's going to ask you to add the recipients. So what you want to go and do is you want to add yourself as a recipient, and you want to go and add the client as a recipient as well. So over here, I've just gone and added myself as the client and the recipient as well. So just to go and show you how it all works. So then you're just going to go and hit continue. So now your web design proposal will load. It should be ready to go because you would have already edited it before you uploaded it to PandaDocs. So all you need to do is just go all the way down to the bottom now where we have acceptance, and basically you just need to go and add some signature fields. So over the side over here, you can just go and you could just go and drag in a signature field in here. Now you can go and assign this to the person that's going to receive it. So just go and hit assign, and you can go and assign it to your client. So just go and assign that to the client. Then you're also going to go and add one and just go and assign it to yourself. So then that way you both have signed the contract. So then just go and assign one to yourself as well. So that means there's two boxes to be signed. One is going to be signed by the client and one is going to be signed by yourself. Now finally, what you want to do is you want to go and assign a payment to the web design proposal. So over here where we've got apps, you will see payments. So you can just go and click add over here. Then what you can go and do is you see assigned payers. So you can just go and add the email of your client. So if I just go and add an email of my client over here, then you can go and choose your currency. So if you're in the US, you can go and put it as US dollars, but they have all the different currencies. We've got euros, we've got Great British pounds, or whatever currency it is you're using for your web design business. Then you can go and add in a custom amount. So it's going to be the 50% upfront payment. So let's say for me, for example, I charge $1,300 for a flat fee for a site. So over here, I just go and put $650. Now I've got the payment methods, so they can go and choose credit card or PayPal. It's totally up to them. So once you have gone and done that, you've added in your payments. All you then need to do is just go and hit send document. So just hit send document and click on send via email. So over here, you can go and name the web design proposal. So you can put the client's name at the front and then just put web design proposal. So that way you know what client it's for. Then you can just go and hit save and continue. Now over here, you can just go and put in an extra message. So in the message, you can just go and say, hi client, as per our discussion earlier, please find attached the contract for the web design project. As soon as the proposal has been signed and the 50% payment has been made, we will begin working on the project. Please let me know if you have any questions. Kind regards. So you can just go and do that, and then you can just go and hit send document. The document will then be sent to the client. So it should come through to them like this from PandaDocs. So they can just go and hit open the document like this, and then the document will open in their browser. So what they can go and do is they can go and read through the document. Then all they need to do is just go and add their signature, click accept and sign. They can also go and pay. So over here it will say the payment. So if I just go and hit finish over here, and now once you hit finish, it will say you're almost done. So just go and click on got it over here, and now it's just going to say that you can go and pay. So what happens then is the document will come over to you. So you then need to just go and sign it as well. And once you have signed it, then the client can then go and make the final payment. So once you get the first 50% upfront payment from the client, you are now ready to start working on the project. Now from here, all you need to do is just start actually creating the site for them. Just make sure that you email them regularly. I recommend that perhaps even get their WhatsApp number, because it is easier to communicate. So you can just go and text them and let them know what's going on with the site. Maybe give them a weekly update. They can go and you can send them the login details for the site so they can go and have a look at it, see how it's progressing. But just make sure that you tell them don't actually do anything on the site, because you don't want them to mess up all of your hard work. Then once you have completed the project, you just go and have another Zoom call with them, and you can can just go and let them know how to use the site. So I'm going to make another video on what to actually do once you hand the site over to the client. But like I said, it's good to know just how to get the ball rolling, and then all you need to do is just send them another proposal at the end so you can go and get the final 50% payment. So that contract is just going to be a lot smaller. That's just going to be a one-page contract that you just send them just to say this is the final completion of the project, and you can send that once again through PandaDocs, and they just sign that, and once again they go and pay. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the first episode in the series, which I show you how to go and set up the website for your web design business in order to get clients, and check out the next episode in the series in which I'm going to go over how to go and charge your customers and the different pricing options that you have for your web design services. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes in how to set up the web design business series. Give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in one of those next videos.